there's more detail in this one here. Amazing, because Prabhupada, he was very sick at this time. You know, you've seen pictures of Prabhupada lying on the bed, and Jayadvaita Swami holding the microphone, and Pradyumna reading the Sanskrit. And in those days, actually Prabhupada Vishnu had a special mission. One time Prabhupada called him and said, you go to Delhi, to such and such a bookshop, such and such a man, and you get this 9 Tika Bhagavatam. And 9 Tika Bhagavatam is the one that all the translators and so on use. 9 Tika means it has commentaries. Every verse of the Bhagavatam has commentaries by 9 acharyas. So it's like Sridhar Swami, Madhvacharya, who else gave a commentary? Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, and Jiva Goswami, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So anyway, there are 9 commentaries, all in Sanskrit. You know, the page is amazing. It's like, has one line at the top in Sanskrit, and then in tiny printing, you know, all these commentaries. So what they used to do for the Bhagavatam, the Pradyumna used to read out the Sanskrit commentaries of all the acharyas, and then, because Prabhupada wasn't, when Prabhupada was very sick, this was, he used to hear them, and then he used to give the commentary for us, because those were different times, different places. There were especially scholarly, many very scholarly commentaries, which we, you know, to do with the Sanskrit and everything. So Prabhupada just gave what was right for us. That was Prabhupada's mercy. We don't have to go and read all those 9 Tika Bhagavatams. Maybe Sri Ram Swami is doing that for a special purpose. He's reading the commentaries and he's writing a separate book. Sri Ram Swami's special contribution. In Prabhupada's commentary, he just gave us the simple purports. So Prabhupada was so determined to write these commentaries, even at the fag end of his life. He wanted to show us that this is most important to give people Krishna consciousness. And you can see how achyuta here, achyuta means, what does achyuta mean? Infallible, yeah. Achyut, chut means to fall, achyut means negative, unfallable. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says there's 2 kinds of living in Dvavimo Purusho Loke, Shara Akshara Evacha, Shara Sarvani Bhutani Kutosta Chara. It says that there are 2 kinds of living beings, the Shara and the Akshara. So, fallible and infallible. So we're, in this material world, all living beings are Chuta, we're fallen. This is our basic philosophy. And we always have to hear it. This is like our constitutional position. You should know what we are. We're in prison. If you don't know you're in prison, you'll never get out. So we have to know. That's the, if we get too fond of the prison, and we're too attached to the prison, we may never want to get out. We think, well, this is all in all. And I know some of you went to the Sanatana Dham temple yesterday. They were telling me a bit about it. How it's a showcase for different deities. Is that right? And so, what disturbs me about going to any of these, Hindu temples is that, there's Krishna and Radha and Krishna, Sitaram, And how do you distinguish between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the devotees who are Krishna's servants? This is the problem. And in the 7th chapter, Krishna clearly says that Kamaistasya Hritajnana Prapatitena Devata Tam Tam Niyamamastasya Kritinita. People with lusty desires who are materialistic, they want to get something from God, then they have this attitude to go to the demigods for some material benefit. Yo-yo yamyantanam bhaktan shradayachitamichati tasya saswaranam maya bhavihitam hitam. That Krishna gives them the faith to worship those demigods, and he gives them maya bhavihitam hitam. Tasya, how's it go? Sataya salaya tasya radhanamihite labate tritatakama mayaiva vihitanita. He makes their faith steady, and because the demigods actually can't give anything. They're living entities like ourselves, but in higher positions. Even Lord Shiva, Parvati, Ganesh, and what were the other demigods there? Kali, Durga,
Saraswati,
Pichuri temples. With all due respect. And then, Krishna says, Antavatu phalam tesham tabat tadbhavat yalpamedisam. That less intelligent people worship these demigods, and the results of this worship are limited and temporary. It's like, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. The Prabhupada in that lecture we hear in the morning, Prabhupada saying we worship God to make our sense gratification better. So there's no solution, there's no way out. It's just like if you have a prison cell. Okay, now I get a picture of a nice beautiful girl on the wall. Now I managed to get a TV set in my cell. Now I will this and that. What's the good? You're in prison. But this is a tendency for us to, under the modes, we think, okay, let's enjoy what we've got, and what's the point of all this Hare Krishna? Trying to get out of this material world. Just, make the best of it, mate. I mean, you know what I mean? That's what life's all about, isn't it? You meet people like that. I mean, you've got to take a good bit of bad, haven't you? But the devotee is looking for unalloyed, Prabhupada is saying, unalloyed happiness. What's the good of happiness when you have to work so hard for it? I mean, you see, it's really pitiful actually. I mean, people were slaving away in London and in the office, in and out, so much do, and then 2 weeks holiday. I was speaking. I was just going circumambulating the deity, and there's this window cleaner, and he had this very special stick which cleans the window on the top window. And he says, "What job do you do?" Because I was talking with the window cleaner, so I couldn't believe the stick how it went up to clean the window, showing me how it worked. And the guy said, "What work do you do?" I said, "Well, I'm a monk, a missionary, Hare Krishna." So he was thinking, I had a job, but actually our job is to surrender to Krishna. and that's our life, isn't it? The servants of Krishna, whatever Krishna wants us to do, we have to do. We don't have any holiday. It's not like, because we have this kind of sane outings. Maybe that's kind of concession for devotees who are not full-time devotees.